Do you think the outside additions that goes with Shedeur will actually hurt his draft stock?
Miles is saying no, and I see why Miles is saying that because he's talented enough to warrant being the number one quarterback in the draft, and in a league that's starving for quarterback talent, you should be able to um, get to be drafted in spite of everything else that's going on around you, right? But for me, I just feel like it's hard enough as it is. In a situation where your father's Deion Sanders, you played for him your entire college career and your entire high school career. You know, there's a lot of stereotypes and narratives that are perpetuated about you because you're Deion's son. You got big shoes to fill, and on top of that, right? You know, now your dad's acting like he's a de facto agent, where he'll get involved in these conversations with teams. I don't blame him for feeling that way. Obviously, if the wrong team drafts you, there's a lot of teams that just have generational curses over them. A lot of franchises, okay? And so no matter who they seem to draft, it doesn't work. Jaguars, Tennessee, the Jets. I'm sorry, the Jets, right? Like these teams, it feels like it feels like these teams that draft these guys, they have a hard time just finding success because of what's going on culturally in the organization. So I understand where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, he has no control over that. I think the Eli situation was a pretty special one. And so to act as if he's going to be able to pull that off with a prospect who isn't as good as Eli was coming out, I don't think I was making news by saying that. It's a tough sell for me. And Caleb Williams didn't strong arm his way into any other situation last year, and he potentially could have, right? The most hyped prospect in the last 5 years. So he's making it tougher. I think it might turn some teams off. I do believe that, especially if they didn't think if they were on the fence about him to begin with. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to go as high as 1 or 2 in this draft. I really do believe that, regardless, as well. And I don't think that. I think the teams he's going to try to avoid are the teams like the Tennessee Titans, right, of the world, the Browns, right. He'll try to avoid those teams. He just will. I don't. I think that they're going to make a fit about it. It'll be interesting to see how he does it, but I think those type of teams are the teams that they'll try to avoid.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Shador, he's got a lot of power in this when you look at it because he's come to Colorado. He's helped build this program up. Dion, along with that too. So yeah, whoever drafts him is bringing in this quote unquote circus with them, and what comes with that is now him saying that all right, we're only going to good situations. Well, if you a top prospect, none of those situations are probably good if you're getting drafted that high. So for him to say that, uh, I mean, like you said, Eli, that was a little different. Um, but I think he could actually pull it off. Like if he chooses to almost like alienate certain teams, where it's like, oh, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to talk to them at the combine or um, any of the visits that you go on. Like I don't want to visit this team, and let it be known from the jump. Like what team is going to just draft you almost against your will when it's clear that you don't want to be there? Like if he doesn't want to be in Tennessee and he's made that known for months and months before the draft, you look stupid trying to like, you know what, we're going to draft him anyways and make it work. And all right, well, good luck with that because some of these GMs you only get one shot. Like if you're bringing in a disgruntled player into an organization that's dealt with a lot of adversity in the last few years, like Tennessee has, it's not really going to pan out. Um, I know they have a new head coach there, a new GM, but that's not a good spot. And I mean, the Giants could be a good spot. It could be, but I know all those guys back against the wall. Depending on where they are in the draft, I'm sure there might be another quarterback that they could lean towards that's less of a headache. Because I mean, Shador in New York would be that would do numbers. But I mean, for good or for bad. So um, I'm rooting for the kid though. I think he's special. I don't have any like character concerns. There's nothing off the field. He's not playing dice with Kodak Black or anything. So, um, I mean, the kid he's gonna do well if he goes to the right situation. Like Bryce Young, Carolina, real crappy, and they could be in a divorcing situation in this offseason. So definitely avoid Carolina if you can.